Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. We're starting a new series, something I just want to do basically for my benefit, as well as the benefit of uh, others who want to learn Tagalog or Filipino as it's called. I've been in the Philippines for up to 6 years and I've not learned Tagalog. I know some of the basic words basically, but I don't know how to combine them in sentences. Neither do I know that many words. But among the things I've done in Philippines is play basketball. So I know some of the Tagalog phrases in basketball like pasa, tira, uliga. I apologize for that external noise. Basically, we're going to have someone teach me Tagalog, and I invite you as well if you come across this stream to offer to teach me Tagalog. If you are going to teach me Tagalog, you just need to indicate interest in the comments below saying, oh, I want to teach you Tagalog. And we'll go from there. This is the beginning of this series. I'll do it constantly. I want to learn Tagalog in the coming 3 months, once and for all. So we have the teacher here. Her name is Jennifer. It's ironical. She'll be teaching me Tagalog. I'll be asking we'll keep this one being that it's introductory. We'll keep it simplistic and we'll just learn a few Tagalog words. And another issue I have is the sound of it. I don't get I don't know if it's intonation right. So anyway, we will improve on that today. So we have Jennifer up. Jennifer will be teaching me some Tagalog words. To make it engaging, I will be typing on the screen. So I'm not very good with multitasking, so it's likely that I'll be sluggish. I'll be typing on the screen the Tagalog word, and she will be saying it in Tagalog. I'll also type the Tagalog version of the word, and we'll proceed from there. So we'll start out simple, and let me ask Jennifer. Jennifer, just do some introduction quickly before we
So
jump
my
into
name
you
is
teaching me Tagalog.
Jennifer, and I'll be teaching you how to speak Tagalog or a few Tagalog words.
Hmm, that's magical. So how do you come across knowing Tagalog?
Um, I learned how to speak Tagalog by socializing because I had a lot of friends and they refused to speak English, so I had no choice than to learn Tagalog. And before I
Hmm.
knew it, I was already speaking Tagalog.
Wait, so how exactly? Is it just by socializing, or did you pay attention like you asked, oh, what is this? What is the meaning of what you're saying? Because I've socialized as well. I used to play basketball and I've come across so many Tagalog people. My mom is a Filipino as well, although she didn't speak Tagalog to me. The thing is, I've not managed to learn Tagalog. So how did it come about? Were you actually were you conscious in your effort to learn it, or just passively?
Well, I would say both because the period I got to learn Tagalog was probably within 2 years of um, just hanging out every day with some of my Filipino friends, and they were very funny, always making jokes, and we were always hanging out. So they stopped speaking English. They all decided to stop saying any English words and just speak only Tagalog so that I can understand. So sometimes when I hear them talk and giggle or laugh, I would ask them, "Oh, what did you say?" And then they would tell
Hmm.
me. Or when they're having conversations and I'm interested, and I'll ask them, "What's the meaning of this? What's the meaning of this?" And then gradually I began to learn and understand the language.
Hmm. So are you saying that you are a hangouter?
Hangouter.
Are you a hangouter
Yes, yes, yes. A hangouter.
till date or in the past?
In the past, in the past. That was like 6 years ago.
Okay. So when people laugh, people you socialize with laugh. Is your intention to find out what they are saying, to see if they're jesting or the discussion is about you or just in general?
Just in general, to like be able to understand what they're
Yes,
saying.
yes, to feel the joke, to be able to laugh from the
Yes.
joke. Okay, so thank you very much for recapping your how you learned Tagalog. I don't see Tagalog as very hard because myself, without paying much attention, I've managed to learn some Tagalog words. You know, like especially those they say at the store. Because in the past, I used to sit in front of the store. They'll say tamba with other people. You know, so the general phrases when they come to the store, pabili po, bayad, sukle, barrier, like asking someone for a change and stuff like that. So let's proceed. I want to learn Tagalog in the few months. This will continue on, and I'm doing this for the benefit of others. You know, if you have reservations about learning Tagalog, it's not very hard to learn it. It's a valuable language. You know, the Philippines is a country that many people visit, and in general, once you learn a language and you are able to socialize better, you end up becoming people start to see you as Filipino to an extent. So let's proceed. We'll keep it simple. I know that kain kana is come and eat. Now my question is, am I saying it with the right? I don't even know language terminologies. Is it tonation or what's the right
Like accent,
accent?
intonation.
Accent, yes. Accent. Am
Yeah.
I saying it with the right accent? Kain kana.
Kain ka na. Yes. Kain ka na. So like unlike English, like there's no liaisons
What
in
is the
Tagalog.
liaisons?
Like when words you join words together in English.
Oh, so
Like
they have to be separate. Is it
yes,
like the?
kind.
Is it like is kain? Kain is it one word?
Yes, eats.
Kain kana. So kain kana is come and eat or join me in
Come.
eating, which is
Yes, same thing.
ju- same thing. Come and eat, or is it eat with me?
Come. Kain ka na
Or
is
will
like
you
go and
eat?
eat. Like go and eat.
Oh,
Kain
go
ka na.
and eat. Go and
Yeah.
eat. I think based on the context, the variation of the empathy is what will translate the meaning. Because if you say like kain kana, does that not
Yeah.
refer to will you eat? Is that a question? If I
Oh,
say kain kana,
yeah.
will you
Like a
eat?
question.
You see, so there is empathy, there's an empathy aspect there. And if you say, what if you say, is it possible that you use like kind kana like a question, have you eaten? Or how will you go for have you eaten? Kain,
So
let me
the
try, let me
past
try.
tense would be kumain ka na.
So kumain kana is have you eaten?
Yeah.
Okay, let me type that on the screen.
Yeah.
See, so I'm quickly getting the context. Kuma. So are you going to join kumain kana? Are you going to join that kumain as one word or ku is separate?
I'm sorry, just give me a moment. The sounds of my phone is not coming out right. Mm,
Okay, you can just hide your video and arrange it. Just hide your video and arrange it.
okay.
So basically, I've learned something. So kumain kana is have you eaten? I apologize. I don't know terminologies when it comes to language terminologies. So maybe the right word is tonation, tonation of this. So you may have, particular words, the tonation will determine what it will mean. So if you say kumain kana, that is carries like a stamp. A stamp. It carries a stamp indicating that it's a question. Kumain kana, that is, have you eaten? So I don't know if there's another way to say this that will give it a different meaning. Let me experiment. Uh, kumain kana. No, no, it won't work. So it's just one meaning. Kumain kana is have you eaten? So welcome back. Is this spelling correct? Unstable internet connection if you're on Wi-Fi. Is the spelling correct? I think the internet had issues. I don't know. Is the spelling correct? Kumain kana.
Yes, the spelling is right. Kumain kana.
So what happened to your mic? Your mic is worse than before.
Really?
Oh, it's better.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so is there any other tonation for this word that will give it a different meaning? Is there another way of expressing kumain kana that will suddenly change the meaning from have you eaten to something else?
Like you say it like kumain kana, or like you're putting you're like putting on an emphasis on kumain, like you're saying, uh, you have eaten kumain kana. Like for example, you want to eat
Mm.
again, and there's no.
Oh, so you see, so I was when you left, I was looking at if there's another way of expressing this that will change the meaning from have you eaten. Okay, but in Tagalog, I see something words like parenyaki. They have a sign on one of the letters, so instead of a, it's nya. How do I put
Yes,
it? Let me look for parenyaki quickly. Just a
yes, it
moment.
has the enye sound. You know the n.
Yeah, so a and n or
Yeah,
parena.
like a curvy hyphen on top.
Okay, so is that the only symbol? Is that the only symbol, or there are others? Like what other?
That's the only letter with a symbol in the Filipino alphabet.
Okay, so A, so this is after the N A. So instead of na, paranaki, N A
Yes,
becomes like NYA
yes,
or
like it's
nyaki,
nyaki,
paranyaki. So that's
like
like
there's yeah,
NYA, something like that.
NYE.
Okay, so this is just introductory, so we'll not learn many words today. We'll soon conclude this video, but this is something we'll do constantly. I'll look for, the interesting thing about this is a foreigner teaching foreigner, basically. Since we're seen as foreigners, so let's put it foreigner teaching
Yeah.
foreigner. So that's the irony of it. So let me stop sharing the screen. Let's go on to other words. So we've done, have you eaten? We also said that you can say, you can change the tonation of kumain kana, put
Yes.
emphasis on kumain, then it will suddenly be you want to eat again. So how do you say that
Yeah.
in such a way that it
Kumain
sounds
kana.
like?
Just kumain kana.
So how do you
Just
say
like
have you
without
eaten
the
without
like
the
sorry.
question?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Kumain kana.
Yes.
Okay. So let's proceed. Let's proceed. Again, if you're watching this and you want to have any addition, please leave a comment underneath.
Yeah.
Okay, so so let's see what next. Now we're tackling food first, because these are among the things that you come across daily, and there's a likelihood that you are invited to a meal. You visit someone. Most times when there's a meal, they'll want to invite you, and kumain can now come about. So when they want to say, how about if you want to like be, leave the ranks of persuasion and go like with a bit of force. Parents, when they say kumain kana, they say kain kana, and
Mm-hmm.
children are stubborn and they don't want to respond the first time. They try to persuade you first, and then the children say they don't want to respond. Then they want to be firm and like a bit of force and say, "Come and eat, come and eat." You know, how will you put that?
Kumain ka na. Kumain ka na.
But that's not there's no force there. That's still
Yeah,
persuasion.
but you have to like raise your tone and add a bit of aggressiveness to
Yeah,
make
so
it.
that's the fun part. That's what I want you to do. Because if you are doing Kumai Kana for a child, they will think they will still think you are joking with them. You want to be a bit disciplinary and force it. How do you say that?
Yeah, you have to shout it.
Express it. That's what I want to see.
You try it. You say kumain ka na like that.
So is it about raising the volume or putting
Yeah, you
like
raise the
how will I say it?
volume.
How will I say it? I'll say Kumain Kana. Is it like
Put more
that?
volume. Shout it.
I'm not good with shouting, but let without volume, how do you express it?
Yeah, you have to
Hey,
put volume.
hey, what's a popular Filipino name? Let's say, what's a Filipino name? Most people have English names.
Juan. Juan.
That's more of a Spanish name. Hey, Juan, Hulega, Oi, kumain ka na. Is it like that?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, good.
You try, you
Okay.
try.
Okay, so let's go to another word. Let's still let's still stick with food. Don't worry, we'll still finish. Like 5 or 10 minutes, 5 minutes more, we'll finish. This is just introductory, so we'll not spend too much time here. So food. Kumain ka na. I know that anong is what. So I'm thinking of, someone invites you to eat. And if you're choosy, then because here they'll say choosy ka or something like that. Okay, but let's say you're choosy.
Maarte.
My
Choosy,
arte
they
is
say
choosy.
they
Oh,
call
my
it
arte is
maarte.
choosy. Okay, let me
Yeah.
quickly write that down. So my arte, is that one word?
Ma is a word, then arte. Maarte. Like I think it's supposed to be hyphenated. Maarte.
Ma
M-E.
arte.
Yeah.
So they have
Maarte.
a hyphen. They have a hyphen with Tagalog.
Like really they just join the words together, put space. But
Okay, so my
since
arte. So arte
yeah,
looks like arte is the word itself.
yeah,
So, but
arte.
my arte is more like you. You
Yeah,
are
I be
choosy.
bigger. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, let's assume that they say Terry kumain kana, and I go there and I'm looking around at the different meals, wanting to know what is on the menu, and they say arte, and I'm sure they say that in a certain tone. It's not authoritative. It's more like
Yeah.
indirect. So, arte. Then I want to say that I know ulam. Ulam is the complement of the rice, so the vegetable or the soup, something like that. But let's say I want to. So kain itself is food. Kain, or what is the word for food? Kanin.
Pag-kain.
No,
Pag-kain.
what is food itself?
Pag-kain.
Food.
Yeah.
The way it's sounding, it doesn't look like that is Pag-kanin. Is
It's
it
the meaning.
Pag-kan? Okay.
I'm going to have to leave and come in again.
Okay, okay, okay. We'll conclude in 5 minutes time once you arrive. I don't know what's wrong. I'm not sure if this is the right what she was saying as what food is in Tagalog, but when she arrives, but the way it sounds like Pagkanin. Pagkanin doesn't sound like just food. Anong pagkanin. What's for food? Or maybe pagkanin is meal. Anyway, we'll find out. If you know this, please tell us in the comments. I'm going to basically we'll be learning Tagalog in once and for all. Let's just learn it. You know, I don't think it's a hard language. I think it's a language that you can learn passively, because shockingly, I picked up on some of these words. I may not have the right accent, but I picked up on some of these words. So I know that kanin has to do with food. But when they say unknown kanin, I'm thinking that kanin doesn't include ulam. It looks like kanin refers to the rice. Then ulam is standalone. Now, when you combine both together, how do you refer to it, to the meal in Tagalog? That's a question I would like to ask. So, because they'll say anong ulam. So we have 5 minutes more, 5 minutes for more, and we'll conclude. So food, is this the correct spelling? Pag, kanin,
Yes, pag-kain.
kain
But
or
it's supposed
kanin?
to be like hyphenated from the G to the K.
I know, but is it kanin or kain? Pag.
Kain. Kain.
So
Pag-kain.
so kain is eat. So it looks like
Yeah.
this is like two words combined to make food. So it looks like it refers to, or is it better to say pagkain is meal, meal,
And pag-kain is just food
or
in general.
okay,
It's like food.
yes, but I'm trying to derive the context. How did they? Because pagkain, it doesn't really sound like food. It sounds like like maybe they say what's what's for eating, or what's for eating, and that's the
Like
same
if
thing
you
as
want
food.
to like literal meaning of pag-kain,
Yes,
like is like
what's for
something like
eating.
to eat.
Yes, yes. I felt so. I felt so. Okay, so pagkain. Next time you're told, let's say you're about to choose the food, you say anong ulam. So I want to ask this question. Kanin, is that referring to the main food itself besides the ulam? Because I hear them, they always say kanin separate from ulam. And I think kanin refers to the rice part of the food. Is that correct?
Yes,
So kanin
yes,
stands for kanin
right.
stands for mostly rice. But can something else
Kanin
take
is
the,
rice.
oh, kanin is rice. I didn't know. So kanin is
Mhm.
rice.
Yes.
So yam,
Like
yam.
when it's cooked. When it's cooked, it's called
Oh,
rice. It's
so
called
cooked.
kanin. But when it's uncooked, it's called bigas.
Oh,
Bigas.
yes, I know Bigas. You see it,
Yeah.
the bags of rice in the store. Some of them are labeled Bigas.
Yes.
So let's quickly go for that. Let's quickly do uncooked raw rice, raw rice, is Bigas. So kanin is cooked rice. Raw rice is Bigas. But I want to clarify something because it's still bugging me a bit. I feel that kanin doesn't entirely refer to rice. It looks to me it sounds like a compound word for the main dish. So let's say regularly here it's rice and ulam. But let's assume that the main food is not rice and ulam. It's like Mongo. No, Mongo has a name. Okay, let's just conclude that kanin is rice. So Mongo is beans.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. So beans, do they really say beans or do they say peas?
They say beans. Mongo
Beans.
beans.
So is this? Oh, that is Mongo being a type of beans or Mongo is beans?
Mongo is a kind of beans. There are several different beans, so Mongo is the
Oh, okay.
green one.
Oh, so
And
do you
that's
know
the
the name
one that's
for?
popularly.
So how if you go to the market and you find another type of beans there, how will
Yes.
you buy it? What will you call it when you want to buy it since it's not Mongo?
Usually when you go to the market and you want to buy a different type of beans, you have to describe it to them. Like,
Oh,
yeah, you tell them, like the kidney beans now, many of them might not know that it's generally called kidney beans. So you have to tell them the red one. And there's even two types of red one, two red ones, the kidney beans and another kind of mungo that's reddish. So you have to tell them the one that you want. So you have to describe it. You tell them yung beans na pula na malaki. Yung malaking pulang beans.
oh, let me just quickly learn that. I know Malaki is big. So what
Yes.
is Pular? Red?
Pula is color red. Yes.
Oh, okay. Let me just quickly learn that. Let's just quickly learn that. Learn that. So you see, passively, I'm learning. I pick up on some of the words. So Malake is Malake.
Ki.
Oh, you see.
Malaki.
So how do they spell that? Do they have any symbol to make it to tell you that it's
No.
actually an I?
No. Just
Hmm.
Malaki.
No wonder they won't understand me if I go and say Malaki. Malaki. It may not sound correct. Anyway, so Malaki is big, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Then Pular is color red. I've picked
Pula.
that up. Oh,
Pula.
Pula. So
Yeah.
Pula.
Yes.
Pula is that is color red. What is the Tagalog for color?
Kulay.
Oh yes, I know that. Gosh, you see,
Kulay.
I Kulay red. You see,
Yes.
most people will not say Pular. People will say so. Pula is
Kulay.
color red. People will usually say color red. They mix it with English.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know Kulay. Kulay. So color is so Kulay is what spelling? Kuli.
Kulay.
Oh yes, I have to get familiar with that. This is popular, like Malunggay. That's
Yes.
Gay. Okay. Kulay is color. Hmm.
Yes.
Surprising. I know some of these things, but if you ask me, I may not be able to recall it. But just passively, it passes me by, and I pick on it. Okay, so Kulay is color. Cheap is Murang. Is it Murang or Mura?
Cheap is
Yes.
Mura. Mura.
So what is Murang?
Murang. It's the same thing.
So
Like
which one is the correct one? Like when you're in the market and you want to buy the Kulay Pula beans, and you want to get it for cheap price, then you say
mm-hmm.
Mura. Do you say Mura Lang or do you say
Yes,
Murang Lang?
Muralang.
So
Muralang.
is this the spelling or Mura,
M
M-U-R-A?
U R A.
Or is this the spelling while the pronunciation is Mura?
Yes, like when you want to say
Because when they
the
say Anong, Anong, usually I hear people
yes,
say
yes, yes.
Ano, but
For
when I see
example,
it in
now
writing,
when you want to say um the beans is cheap, you say mura lang yung beans. But if you want to say
hmm,
cheap beans,
you see, now we're getting somewhere. It's basically verb versus noun,
yeah,
like our adjective versus verb. So, okay, so I'm getting it. If you want to say cheap beans, you will say murang beans.
yes,
So murang is standing for adjective.
yeah.
Adjective is because it's complementing. No, no,
And that
adjective is complementing a noun. Okay, so let me correct that. You see, these things are important, and I don't think it's. So murang is murang is. Just a moment. Please bear with me. I'm not very good with typing. So it's important that uh, this is adjective. And so if you want to say example will be uh, Murang. So it's English. Murang beans is cheap beans. So once again, if you want to say that, uh, what is the other example you gave? Um, like you want to buy
um
cheap beans in the market. You say
and you
Mural.
say the beans is cheap.
Can you say it in Tagalog?
Mura lang yung beans
Mura
or
lang
mura
yung
yung
beans.
beans.
So that is more like a question. Are you asking, is the cheap beans, is the beans cheap?
No,
Or
no.
you're saying
You can
you
also
want,
say that. You can also it's still the same way. It's just where you put your like for example, if you want to say is the beans cheap, you can say mura lang yung beans with a question
mm,
mark. Or if you want to say the beans is cheap, you can say mura lang yung beans like normal
mm.
statements.
Okay, Mura lang yung beans. So that's the
Yeah,
market seller telling you that Mura lang yung beans.
yeah.
Calm your heart. It will not, put a hole in your pocket. Mura lang yung beans. But yung is Y-U-N-G,
Yung
Y-U, Y-U-N.
now it's spelled UNG yung,
Oh,
but
oh,
before
oh.
before there was a YUNG, but now like even in schools when they teach they hardly use the Y, so just
Okay,
UNG.
so UNG is sounding like UNG. Is that uh, THE? Is that the beans?
Yes, yes,
So can
yes,
you
it is.
can it stand by itself? So is it correct if I say that UNG is this is the, or depending on the context of this sentence?
That's the meaning of UNG.
Okay, so UNG is the. So we'll stop this video here. I mean, I didn't intend for it. This is an introductory video. I didn't intend for this video to be this long. but we'll continue it. This is a series, and it will be ongoing on this channel since this channel used to talk about Filipino stuff. It was mostly a reaction channel, covering Filipino songs. But I'm not ready to do reactions or too much of it anymore. So let's make it about the Philippines mostly, and solve. The essence of this is to solve situations as soon as today. That's why it's a live stream. In case you want to learn Tagalog yourself or you want to correct the situation here, teach us Tagalog and all that, you can just leave a comment indicating your interest, and we'll go from there. So yes, I'll stop the video here. Every avenue to contact me is underneath in the description. Thank you for being here. Make sure to stay awesome. I'm your boy Terry. Her name is Jennifer. So I'll speak some Tagalog before I go, and you will also speak some Tagalog. I'll just experiment with what I've learned from today. I'll see if I can combine it in sentences. Then before you go, you part with Tagalog. So let me start. I'll say, so someone says, kumain ka na? And I say, in
Yeah.
depo. Uh, okay, so this is Oppo. Oppo is also located in the Philippines. Oppo, we were about to finish before you came.
Okay.
So yeah, so I've already
Yeah,
learned
we used
something.
to class.
Yes.
So
So I've already learned some Tagalog from her. I wanted you to join so that
okay.
we can just exchange Tagalog, and basically I want to learn. Let me just use this one to learn Tagalog once. So today, before you came, now we are just about to stop the video. So what we'll do is I'll invite you to the next one. I'll invite you to the next one. This one is just introduction. So
Okay.
yes, and this introduction is already 37 minutes. So I just want to cut it short. So before we go, I'm just going to say the things I've learned today. Then Jennifer will say Tagalog like she's leaving. Then you will speak some Tagalog as well. Anyone that you know, just before you go.
Okay.
Okay. So anyone that's watching, you'll see Oppo, Jennifer in the next video. We'll learn Tagalog together. So this is what I learned today. So for example, so Oppo, ask me, kumain ka na?
You already say it.
Okay. So let's say this is what I've learned today. So somebody say, kumain ka na? Then I tell them, hindi po. Then
Okay.
the person will say, kain, kain na.
What is the meaning of kumaikana in
Kumain,
English?
yes, kumain ka na, Jennifer has taught me in the beginning is, uh, kumain ka na is,
Yes.
have you eaten? Have you eaten? Kumain ka na, have you eaten? Then I say
Okay.
no. I say no, hindi po. Then the person will say, kain na. Kain na, that's come and eat or something like that. Then when I go there, I say, anong ulam, anong ulam.
Okay.
And the person tell me that adobo. No, the person say maarte, maarte, maarte. Then I say, then I say indi po. Then I accept the adobo. Then then I also learned about markets. Raw rice is bigas, cooked rice is kanin. Then you want to buy something, you say pabili po. Then
Okay.
yes, then you're looking for the cheap one. You say yung murang
Mura
bigas.
lang. Yung mura lang.
Mura yung mura lang bigas. Then another thing I learned is kulay. Kulay is color. So
Okay.
red is pula. Although most people will not say pula, they will say kulay red. But she told me that if you want to say all Tagalog, you will say kulay pula. So that's
Okay.
color red. Then That's all I've learned. We didn't do too much today because we just do introduction today. So that's all I
Okay.
learned today. So Jennifer will say, closing speech. Then Oppo will say closing speech. Any Tagalog that you know. So
Wow.
Jennifer, your turn.
Sige. Sige lang.
Sige. Hmm.
Tapos na po yung video. Hope
I
na
understand.
gustuhan niyo yung video.
I
Huwag niyo
understand.
kalimutan gusto, mag-subscribe, at
Hmm.
leave a
You
comment.
see?
Mag-iwan ng comment. Mag-iwan kayo ng comment.
So what is
Okay.
mag-inang? But I understand something. No?
Mag-iwan. Mag-iwan. To leave.
Oh,
Iwan,
mag-iwan.
leave.
Oh,
Mag-iwan is
iwan is leave. Okay. So I understand some things there. Tapos na video, that's finished. The video is finishing. Then gusto
Yeah.
is like.
yeah.
So I learned small from there. Iwan is leave.
Yes.
So mag Iwan comment sa laba. What is
Video.
under? Under.
Sa
Under.
ilalim.
Baba.
Baba.
Ilalim.
Ilalim. Ilalim. So
O sa
labas.
baba. Yeah.
Oh,
Pwede
baba.
din. Pwede baba or
Opo is
ilalim.
correct, you see. Okay, so mag Iwan comment sa baba.
Yeah.
I wanted to say sa labas. Labas is outside. Okay.
Yeah.
Outside. Yeah.
Okay, so mag Iwan comment sa baba. Major subscribe sa channel mo. Is that correct? Medyo.
Yes. Mag-subscribe.
Okay. Mag subscribe sa channel mo.
Yeah.
So tapos
To
na
subscribe to
ako.
your channel. Tapos na ako.
Yes, tapos na ako. Okay, so
Andam.
Oppo susunod. Oppo.
There will be problem for me to speak Tagalog now. Okay.
Just try.
Alis na sa lahat.
Alis
See you.
na is I'm leaving. I'm going. Okay.
Yes. Everybody is
Lahat
leaving, I
is all
think.
of you. Oh.
All of us, so we are done. So we are.
Okay.
So see you, Bukas. I'm
See
speaking
you.
Taglish.
Yes, see you. I know
See
see
you.
you. See you is Magkita.
Makita tayo bukas.
Tayo. Is it tayo?
Sayo.
Magkita tayo
Sayo.
bukas. Tayo.
Oh, tayo. Okay. Makita tayo bukas.
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 Okay.
Okay. Makita
Okay.
Sayo Bukas.
Okay. So
Okay.
yes.
Something today.
Yes. So salamat po Oppo. Oppo, when the hub is set, we will do a lot. It's now time for work. Let's just close eyes. 6 months, because after 6 months I want to go and rest for the first time. So let's just work. It doesn't matter how small or how big. All this YouTubing, Oppo, if you start it, you will go viral. It's guaranteed. You just need to structure it in a way. There's small investment. It's a good investment. You put it on iPhone X. Maybe it's a very good investment. Even me, I wish I can do that. Just a good phone with very quality camera. Just put that investment, and that will now inspire you to work. So 6 months, we do this, and change will happen. Then me, myself, I can recover, because when I can get help, I can recover. If I can say, oh, help me do this one, help me do this like this, then I can start to recover. So this is what we'll be doing regularly, especially when the hub is ready. So salamat po salamat po sa lahat.
Salamat sa inyo. Salamat po
Sa
sa inyo
inyo.
lahat.
Okay, sa inyo. Okay, salamat po sa inyo
lahat.
Okay. Salamat po sa inyo lahat. Alis ako. Makita tayo bukas. Makita tayo bukas. Mag-subscribe. Mag-iwan comments sa baba. Oppo, say something. Tagalog is shocking.
Ingat, ingat po sa lahat.
Yes,
Ingat po pare.
Ingat po. Ingat po,
pare,
pare.
pare.
Pare,
Okay.
mare.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for
All
today.
right.
Yes.
All right. Nice to see you guys.
Okay. Okay. You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay.
What is bye
All
bye?
right.
No, I don't bye bye. There's no bye bye in Tagalog.
Bye
I've not
bye.
heard bye. I've not heard
Bye
bye
bye.
bye.
I only know ingat. I don't know bye
Bye
bye.
Okay.
bye.
Okay. There's no bye bye. Okay. Bye bye. Bye
Drop
bye.
me message.
Bye
Just
bye
drop me message.
you.
All right. Bye bye.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye.